Mess Express. I've been, we are, oh, we are scrambling today. Okay, today we're gonna be trying some dip pens, and I washed up some nibs. I think we're gonna try, got this one by the Blue Pumpkin, which I think is pretty cool. And it's one of the ones that I got. So I think we're gonna try that one for sure. That one's so popular and people really like that one. So I'm gonna go with that to start. Let's see. Let me pull up the chat. I've just had one of those days, y'all. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Okay. My computer's going a little slow, but that's all right. Oops. My God. Okay. There's that. Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna be using Bristol paper today because I wanted something a little heavier because I don't know how much pressure to put on the dip pen. But I did get the Takahashi T40, so got that. And then, yeah, I'll just open this up. I might actually just take a page out of here. No. Let's just do that. Got that, and then we've got this, this Blue Pumpkin. I'm gonna put that in there. This one's a little, oops. God, you guys, these are so small. They're so delicate. I put this in yesterday to test it, and it did go in pretty easily. But this time, it's giving me some trouble. Maybe I just don't have it angled quite right. Okay, there we go. There's that. I just need to open up this ink, which this is so silly, you guys. So I went ahead and picked up the Speedball just because that's what that's just what everybody seems to like, especially to start. But I know they are so small. They're like really thin too. It's just like, it's barely anything. So they come with a, like a factory oil coating just to prevent rust from happening. So there are like multiple ways that people do it. And I went ahead and, let me turn this light on. I went ahead and I just used, some warm water and some soap with a sponge and cleaned off that coating. So hopefully that did well enough. Some people like to use a lighter just to burn off the coating, but let me tell you something. I got a little bit nervous because it's so thin and so small, and it's not so much about it getting like at first I thought, well, I don't want to like for it to get really hot and burn my fingers. I didn't care so much about that, but what I did care about was wrecking the temper on it. That was what was kind of making me nervous. So I just did just soap and water, just with a sponge, just to see. So that's kind of what we did there. But I think I'm going to go ahead and see. I made a third tropical fish today. Oh, cool! That sounds fun. Awesome. Okay, I don't know if this needs to be like stirred. Mix well. Okay, hold on. I gotta stir this up. But this is the Speedball Super Black. But what was silly about it was I didn't realize that I already have a bottle of India ink. And so that was kind of silly. But I think we'll just go with this. This is what a lot of people tend to go with. So I'm just gonna mix this up, and then we're just gonna go for it. We're just gonna go for it. But this is my first time using dip pens, and I'm very, very excited. So I think I'm just gonna dip just down to that. I kind of feel like I want to put this into something smaller, but I'm not gonna worry about it right now. So this is the Blue Pumpkin, and I have no idea. Ooh, oh, that is cool. That is quite the line variety. Wow. Oh, that is nice. Oh, fun. I like the scratchiness of it, but it is nice. So I got this Bristol paper is what I'm using because I wanted something nice and smooth to experiment with. So this is Blue Pumpkin by Browse. I don't even know how to write with it. Braun. Browse? Braun. Doesn't matter. That actually holds on to quite a bit of ink. I thought I'd be dipping sooner than that. Oh, this is cool, you guys. But yes, we can get a pretty fine line here. And I haven't used, I kind of wanted to get, oh, so get a load of this. So in this haul, I picked up a, got like just like a kind of a cheap fountain pen, but it was this one by Pilot, this Kakuno. A lot of people seem to like that, but then I opened it up and the nib's all bent on it. It like arrived with the nib all bent. So I don't know if I need to return. I don't even know if you can see that, but it's like so, let's see. Let's go with this. But it's like so fine and it's just like all bent and twisted, which I'm so bummed about. So I need to find out about returning it or exchanging it. See, maybe they can send me just a replacement nib. That would be really nice. But I was excited for that fountain pen in particular because it had like the cartridge. They do offer a converter for it. Oops. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna need to get better at holding the pen the correct way, but oh can you see that? It's making like two. So if you press hard enough, it splits the, I don't know if that's the right way to do that though. That might not be it. That might be it. That might be wrecking it. I don't know. But yeah, so I just used soap and water with a sponge to clean off the oil, and I think it's doing fine. It doesn't seem to be like pooling really. And there's some bubbles on the ink just because I shook the hell out of it. But overall, this is pretty awesome. And one of the things that I really want to experiment with is more Edward Gorey. I love Edward Gorey so much. And I really want to figure out how to illustrate. And I've done some of his drawings, but the aesthetic just isn't quite there. It doesn't look quite how I want it to. And I've been using the Micron. But even with the 01, like the lines seem pretty thick. Let's see. Okay, so the blue pumpkin, I can see why people like it for sure. I'm gonna wipe this. What do I do with my water? Hold on, I gotta grab my water. I have a little cup of water to rinse these off in, because if you let the ink dry, it messes it all up. So I'm just gonna take this. I'm trying really hard to not dip my sleeve into into the vat of ink. Okay, that I'm just gonna wipe just a little bit of excess on the top. But overall, that cleans up pretty nicely. I'll leave that to the side to dry. Oh man, you guys! So I was watching this video, man, about just about like, you know, AI art kind of taking over and what, you know, whatever. But what was crazy was that now they are figuring out like how to use AI. Let's see, this is the Nico. Which one is this? This is the extra fine. You know, but now they're, oh, this is pretty cool actually about the T40. So they've got like an outer ring and they've got like a smaller. So it fits a variety of nibs. And all of these that I did pick up today should fit. That is small. Oh, that's perfect. That's exactly what I was hoping for. I think this might be the mapping nib. But that is exactly what I was hoping for. What did I do with the package? I had the package laying around here. You guys, so I was filming some long form videos, and let me tell you something. My whole office is just ripped asunder because I was like pulling out different art supplies and art mediums, and it is a disaster in here. It is a disaster. So it seems like that's still a pretty thick line if I press pretty well, and I'm pretty proud of myself for not putting a hole in the paper, like ripping the paper out. I like the sound, I like the scratchiness of it. Okay, this is definitely gonna be one of my favorites. I wish I could see what I did. Who knows what I did with the packaging, you guys? Who knows? But I've been starting to do more filming more long form content. I made that trailer for the channel, but I haven't. It's mostly just been shorts. Let's see. You're making your third giraffe. Awesome. Oh, when are you gonna use a tree again? Oh, soon, soon. I've been getting sidetracked, my friend. I am getting so sidetracked with things. And I really wanted to experiment and just see what each of these different pen nibs would do. But this will be really great for the tree, don't you think? The other thing I like about it is what I've been noticing with the Micron, and I think it's because, isn't it like I think it's a felt tip on the Micron? And what I've been noticing is it's really easy to get a lot of smudge marks on the beginning or the end. And that's probably, I'm sure that's like a skill thing. Like I just haven't learned how to do that better. um, but this isn't doing it. So that's actually pretty cool. Okay, so that one is, I think, what did I say? Is the extra fine, the mapping one. I also need to make sure that Edgar doesn't jump up because this is indie ink and it will mess her up. There's no way, like if Edgar gets to running, I will not be able to. Okay, yeah, this tiny one that we just used, this one's the mapping. And I forgot to write that down. Actually, let me write that down real quick. Ugh. Let me grab let me grab this micron real quick. Let's use this is fine. This one I actually made, I think we talked about this on live too, this Faber, the 01. This one's is kind of too scratchy for me. But I feel like I'm kind of getting used to it. Okay, so that's the mapping nib. That one is awesome, that mapping nib. Okay, and then I want to also experiment with, let's see. This one is the, oh my gosh, the writing is really tiny on it, you guys. This is the bowl. So got like a bowl nib. I'm gonna give that a guy. And this is the one from Nico. Let's give this one a go. I think there's already a cat hair in the ink, which is not ideal, but there you have it. This one, the big ones, they'll get in there, but it is quite snug to fit in the nib. Okay, and then dip this in. So you have this vent hole at the top, so I'm just gonna go just above that, is my understanding. Okay, so this is the bowl. So this one's kind of cool. So this one, I would say this is probably a mid, maybe. But this one does get some pretty fine lines. Not as fine as the mapping, but it is pretty, they do look great, huh? I wish I had started these early. No, actually, no. Here's the thing. There are so many mediums and supplies and different types of everything to explore and play with. So no regrets. Every single one has taught me something. But yeah, I really like how much cleaner in terms of that's gonna look really great with the trees, don't you think, Kay? I think I'm gonna like that a lot better. I think I'm gonna we'll experiment more because the tree that we were doing was on a was just on regular sketchbook paper, not on anything special or like the Bristol or anything. So maybe we'll just start all over. I don't know. We'll see. Because these points are so sharp that I'm wondering if it's gonna really rep up the sketchbook paper. So that's got me thinking. It's got me thinking. Actually, well, maybe I'll just go grab. Actually, yeah. I don't want this ink sitting on this nib for too long. They said that it's best to, especially with indie ink in particular, it's good to clean them off pretty regularly, so that it doesn't dry too much on the nib because it's really hard to come off. So we're gonna practice with that. But I'll grab that sketchbook paper and the one with the tree on it, and we'll see how that looks. Because why not? Let's see. It's just over here in this pile. I'm telling you guys, I have like a lot of newfound respect for people who make like a lot of long form content, because my place, I have just ripped it apart so I could get like the camera set up correctly, and just okay, so it's all dry. So let's just see. Let's just play around with, and we'll just use this same nib. What did I say this was? The bowl? Yes, it's the bowl. How long do the tips remain sharp before they dull? That's a good question. I think from what I've read and from all the research that I've done, it looks like as long as you just take care of them really well, it's not so much the tip that's the problem. It's more, it more has to do with the flexibility of the nib. Like over time, just with repeated use, this becomes more and more flexible. And so that it can kind of impact the way you draw. But it seems like the sharpness isn't so bad. Just take care of it. That's just from what I've known. This is my first time having these guys. I did a bunch of like research on how to take care of them and on, you know, what nibs generally do what. But longevity, it's kind of, it seems like it's kind of up in the air, but I would think that if flexibility is like the biggest problem, I would imagine like maybe the smaller ones, just because you're gonna get potentially less bend. I don't know. That's a good question. That's actually a really good question. What was I planning on doing next with this tree? I think we'll just try. And that was the other thing too, is that because they come with a factory coating, like I was talking about before. And here's how I feel. Actually, let me back up. Here's how I feel about this tree. Is if we wreck it, if I feel like if I feel like I'm not happy with how the tree comes out, it doesn't matter. It's all just practice anyway. I'm not worried about wrecking anything. But also, I mean, this whole scene was all just for practice, so that doesn't really matter. I just want to see how this nib's gonna do with it. I thought they would give me a little bit more, ridge is not the word I'm looking for, but I thought it was like directionality was gonna be a lot more than it feels like it is. Yeah. But I think this nib is actually a little bit thicker than what I want for this tree, so I might actually swap out the nibs. Yeah, I'm not really liking that actually. I wanted it to be a little closer to this, so we might end up switching it to the mapping, and then we'll do that in a little bit. But let's try out these other ones first, and then we'll kind of figure that out. You're making a panda? That's awesome. You're really on an animal kick. You know what I actually really like in terms of animals is I really like drawing with I like drawing octopus. I like drawing a tentacle. They're quite fun. All right, and then this one is going to be the, oh my gosh, it doesn't say. It says Nico. I made in Japan. That's all this one says. Does it say up here? I think this one's the quill. Actually, yeah, this one's the quill. The quill nib. I remember that being in the package. But I got this one, these Nico ones in particular, they just came in a pack of different ones specifically for sketching, for drawing. Okay, so then this one is the quill. This one's extra scratchy. Do you hear that? Do you hear how loud this one is? Oh, you can get pretty fine with it, despite its size. But yeah, that one's... Do you guys hear that? It sounds like it's cutting through the paper, but it's doing okay. Honestly, though, I kind of like the sound of it. It's kind of nice. I feel like getting the angle is going to be something that I'm really going to need to work on quite a bit. So it looks like it's kind of reverse from the micron, because usually with the micron, if I go straight above, it tends to be a little heavier just for me and the way that my hands are. And then at an angle, we get lighter lines. So that's pretty cool. Depending, ASMR, seriously. We should just have like a live stream that's just that. Let's just depend. Is that relaxing to anybody? Does anybody out there like ASMR and find this especially relaxing? Cool. Even the light lines have a bit of a noise to it. That is lovely. I really like this quill pen. That's nice. It has so much variety. So much variety in it. Yeah. Oops, I like a quill. We're doing great on the spelling front. Doing great. Okay. I'll just dip this in some water and we'll wipe that off. But I think just washing this off with the sponge and some just warm water and dish soap, that seemed to get that factory coating off of there. I haven't had any problems with flow. So that's encouraging, because I thought I was going to have to do all this other stuff, but it ended up not being that big of a deal. Okay, and then we've got this guy here. Which one's this one? Oh, you guys, what did I do with the packaging? I think I'm going to come back and just... One second. I think the package might be over here, because this is driving me crazy. Because some of the nibs say what they are on them, and then some of them don't. So I'm not entirely sure which one we're even testing. It might be... Hold on. I thought it was just... It should be somewhere over in this vicinity, but I don't know. I shuffled everything in here. Ugh. Oh my God. Hot Mess Express, I tell you what. Well, damn. Let's see here. Actually, you know what? I can actually pull up the order. So why don't I do that real quick? Because then I can take a look and see what I ordered. Oh, y'all, I'm sorry. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. What a mess. If anyone has used these though, and you and there are certain ones that you like certain nibs in particular. I know in here we have, and this might be the G nib, the one that a lot of manga and illustrators use. I just want to check and see if that's true before I say it and I'm wrong. Okay. Let's see what it says here. It looks like from the thing, it looks like this is actually the Japanese nib out of the Nico set. So that's what we're doing now. So we're doing this Japanese Japanese nib. So we'll give that a go. And I'm just dipping right into the ink here. Okay, so this is Japanese. All right. This one's a little bit stiffer. It's not quite as flexible as the other ones, which this is actually a really nice feel. I feel like the quill one was a little flexible for me. You can see how like the ends of the lines I was like lifting up and there was some drag to it. And I don't know if that's a flexibility, but I'm not getting it with this one. And this feels a lot more, this one doesn't have, I'm needing to push down a lot more. Oh, I just did it again. Maybe it's me. It could just be user error. That could 100% be true. Oops. Let me, that could 100% be true. So these are, I should put down, this is the Nico. This is Nico. That's Nico. That's Nico. And then the blue pumpkin is, what's it called? Oh gosh. It's like Braun or Browse or something. This is just how much of a newbie I am, you guys. Wait, did I get that? Yeah, the blue pumpkin. It's not, oh, there it is. Hold on. Browse. Okay, so this is Browse. That's the Browse. And then we did get one of these in here is, I believe one of these is Speedball. And that's what this is. This is, it's the Hunt 512. Extra fun is that one. Okay. We did it, you guys. We figured it out. Okay, so this is the, oh, look what I did. I've already got ink all over my hand. You know what, though? I made it a long time before I got ink on my hand, and I'm pretty proud of myself. And I almost ordered one of the, what do you call it? The guards, the finger guard or whatever. And I was like, nah, it'll be fine. But look at me now. Look at me now. I did make it a whole, how long we've been live for? I think we've been live for 28 minutes. So we've probably been doing this for like at least 20 minutes. And I only just now did I douse my hand in ink. Is anybody else out there left-handed? And this and ink on the pinky has been the bane of your existence your entire life. I know it happens to right-handed people too, but this whole world is built for the right-handed people, the weirdos, the not cool people. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if I was the one using them, I'd be full of ink by the end. You know, I have to tell you, I came in with this with very low confidence in my ability to not cover myself in ink. So, and the biggest bummer about this actually is it is India ink. So if I don't get this off really soon, I'm gonna have a bit of a tattoo for a while. You're left-handed, Kay? Yeah, that's because we're awesome, huh? Okay, so that was the Japanese nim. Love that. Love that one. I almost feel like I need to do like another round of these to because I feel like I'm saying I love them about all of them. But they are pretty awesome. Okay, this next one is the Nico. I believe this one is the G-nib. Let me just double check the picture, because of course I looked at it, got